Ooh, hello there. It's Nooch, and welcome once again to our free-to-play Kylo Quest farming day 40. So day 40 here, we're moving right along. Actually, today, been able to get Kylo Ren Unmasked to 7 stars. I'll show you that in a second. First, let's talk about our goals here. So to get SL Kylo, we got to get crew Faust, all these. We're working on that. We got Kylo Ren Unmasked crew to 7 stars today. We got a lot of other at 5, 6 stars. Palpatine, we've got at 5 stars. We need to get some more of these rebels up. We're working on that. Thrawn, we're working. That's our next move. We're getting with the Phoenix. So Thrawn's not necessary for Kylo Ren, but he's just a character you need to have. R2 we do have 5 stars because we got a bunch of Empire guys. CLS is down the road, etc. So that's what our goal is working on. Let's show you. This is the poll. This is the poll where we got Kylo to 7 stars. 12 battles, 11 hits on Kylo Ren Unmasked. That's 100. That was 22 shards. So we got 16 extra. And honestly, that's not ideal in the game right now with trying to farm, and that's really the goal. But, you know, we'll take the extra. We can put them in the shard shop and spend them later. Let's take a look at where we are right now with our first order. Take a look at them first. We've got Kylo at 7 stars and gear 8, working on gear 9. First order officer is going to be next to 100. We're farming him in the cantina shop. First order stormtrooper is just hard node farms every day. We'll have him there in probably less than a week. First order special forces TIE pilot is in the guild shop. We've been farming him and using him in fleets. We're going to definitely show you that in a minute. One thing that people have been asking Nooch lately, some of you free to play guys, and it was asked today on Nooch's Grogu Lego stream, what are we doing with fleets? Now that we got into this, what fleets are open, what do I do? I'm going to show you what Nooch is doing, specifically with Kylo Ren's TIE silencer and First Order Special Forces TIE pilot ship, who Nooch has also been farming in the guild store, and it's working out pretty well in Arena. Not super great because we'll tell you in a minute. Phasma's at 5 stars. She's going to be, after we finish up with Zeb in the Cantina store, or in the Galactic War store, we're going to Phasma to finish her up. Fighter First Order TIE Pilot, Sith Trooper, and General Hux are all hard node farms. First Order Executioner and Kylo Ren we're going to go after in Cantina after we get Ezra and Hera done, and that is what we're going after with Phoenix next. We'll show you those Phoenix. This is going to be next to get Thrawn. Ezra and Hera will be our next 2 Cantina farms. I think in a month or less we'll have these 2 maxed out at 7 stars. The gear is going to be an issue. We're going to get 84 tiles, 84 shards of Sabine this month, so that's an entire level 5 or 5 star to 6 stars. So that's going to be kind of huge, and that'll be a big deal. So looking forward to that. And we're going to have Kanan up to 7 stars in the arena shop. So we'll probably have these guys at 7 stars within a month and start going after Thrawn, pardon me. And you can see here we've got Palpatine at 5 stars. We need to get our rebels up to get Palpatine to 7. I did attempt, because we got enough rebels at 6 stars, but the gear was not enough. Got Biggs at 7. Admiral Akbar will be 7 here shortly. Again, we're working on fleets. Leia's at 6. Kanan's at 6. And Luke Skywalker Farmboy is at 7. So we need to start gearing those guys up. The thing is, Nooch is really focusing on his arena team and on First Order gear first. So we're going to have to find a way to get these guys geared up a little bit to go and get Palpatine at 7 stars when we got them all at 7 stars. That's what's going on in the farming. But let's talk a little bit about ships and what's going on there. We're going to fight a ship battle while we're here just to kind of show it off. So Nooch has the TIE silencer at 5 stars and Kylo Ren at 7 stars, level 71. This is Nooch's favorite ship to use. It's a really great early game ship. It disappears mid-game, and then when you get to 2 fleets in Grand Arena, it comes roaring right back, and Nooch uses it every single Grand Arena with his main account. Here's that First Order Special Forces TIE, which Nooch kind of wants actually to level that up a little bit. The problem is, again, it can work early game. Nobody else is farming it. Nooch is the only one that's farming it, so nobody else is using it, but Nooch uses it to give Kylo Ren's TIE silencer as many turns as possible because it calls in an assist. We're reinforcing a Geo Soldier, so he comes in as a reinforcement. He calls an assist. You're hoping to hit with TIE silencer. Clone Sergeant is our tank, and we're using TIE Fighter to get some maybe evasions. It's working okay, but let's go ahead and do a battle here. Guys, it's getting a little tough. Initially, we were definitely not able to crack the top 50, but Nooch was hanging out in that 50 to 60 range. But now we're getting enough people that they're paying for ships, and that's your prerogative. pay for ships. But these 4 5-star ships at level 80, level 67 with a bunch of 5 and 4-star ships, this one we might be able to take on. That's a 6-star silencer though, so I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see. Tell you what, let's take a look at the speed on this guy. The thing you have to look at, first of all, can I outspeed it? If my Kylo can outspeed it, he's at 168. What is NOOCH's at? Let's see what NOOCH's TIE silencer is at for speed. This is something to look at when you're fighting somebody. If your TIE silencer can outspeed theirs, 166. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, we might want to do that. I don't know. If he doesn't freeze our TIE silencer, we're not a problem. But 4-star TIE fighter, and then we got to get, see, Thrawn's Tarkin's a problem because if you can't kill him fast enough, he does that TIE fighter volley and it just wipes you out. So we're gonna go after this guy, Bakar. And this is where NOOCH is saying, it used to be we could climb up to 50 to 50, 60 range. Now we're down in the, 80 to 65 range because we just can't get past fleets like this with these many big ships. We're farming characters now. We're going to start farming ships in the Galactic Warshop. Once we finish with Zeb and Captain Phasma, we're going to start doing some Rebel ships because we got Akbar we're using. NOOCH will never ever level up Mace Windu. I'm going to show you that right now. I don't care how many tiles or shards I have. I don't care. I'm not spending any. It just, all this is going to do is drag down my galactic power. I'm going to let endurance sit there. I'm not going to level it up. I don't care about the challenges, whatever. I'd rather just sit there with the bad GP and deal with it unless I have to, just absolutely have to, which I guess is possible. I don't know. We'll discover as we go. So let's go in. Yeah, still no guys that I'm confident in beating. Nope. You see all these 5-star ships? These 5-star ships are bought. And they're paid for with either the hyperdrive bundle, although these are for, well, I think these are all hyperdrive bundle guys. These are hyperdrive bundles, yeah, level 85, or buying those small ship packs in the shop. Again, that's everybody's prerogative. You can spend your money. This game is a money maker. People are spending money on it all the time. And here's Bakar. So let's go in and kind of show you what we do, what the strategy is. Or TIE Silencer, TIE Fighter, First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. Then we've got the Clone Sergeant in there as a tank. He basically tanks for 1 turn and dies. Need to get him leveled up and work on it. Boy, that ship farming is super slow, guys. Super slow. And then we're going after, then we can bring in the Geo Soldier as a reinforcement. I have nowhere to farm him yet. He's a 1-star, but he calls in an assist, and we're trying to call in Kylo as an assist. You can see Akbar's ship also calls in assist. We're calling in a lot of assists with this fleet right now, and we're hoping to get as many assists with TIE Silencer as possible. So here's our first turn. So the first thing we're going to do is stun his TIE Silencer. The challenge is every time that ship takes damage, it stacks its own damage. So you gotta really watch yourself. We're gonna go ahead and try to stun Jedi Counselor 2 because he can heal up Kylo, give him extra protection. So we got him stunned too. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this basic from TIE Fighter to try to land a target lock. It's not gonna work. Yeah, it never works. We try. It works like 1 out of every 10 times. But the thing is that Kylo stacks damage. So Kylo's ship, the TIE Silencer, stacks damage whenever it takes damage. It stacks damage whenever it attacks an enemy that has target lock, and it stacks damage when it has the Finalizer as its main ship, and it kills a ship that has the Finalizer special. I can't remember what it's called right now, but now we got the Kylo assist. You see that Akbar did his AoE, Kylo assisted. Now we have advantage up, and we're going to kill the other Kylo. There it is, 22,000 damage. That is why Kylo's ship is such a big deal early game, because he can do those big, massive hits for damage that other ships just cannot accomplish. And so that is why NOOCH uses him as much as possible. Let's call in the Geo Soldier. Let's call in an assist on the Jedi Counselor and see if we get lucky and get Kylo to assist. We did, and there it is. He's dead. Guys, promise you this is the first recording. I did not record this 17 times. NOOCH just recorded it once. So we got a nice little assist there from TIE Silencer. You see the damage he's putting out. And that is what is really doing it to these guys. Again, the first Special Forces TIE Pilot can also do a target lock. At the level we have it at, though, it's just not successful very often. And here you see the TIE Silencer gets advantage. He has 2 options with his basic. If the opponent has turn meter above 50%, he stuns them. If the opponent has turn meter below 50%, he gets advantage. And advantage is when you want to use his special, because then he just does a ton of damage. Let's try something here. Let's try and call in an assist. We got a 25% chance of it being the Silencer, and we didn't hit it that time. we got the First Order TIE Pilot. So we're just going to keep damaging this guy. We got advantage. Let's go ahead and wipe out Ahsoka. Oh, not quite. We didn't get the crit there. Wow. That was actually pretty surprising. I thought we'd crit there for sure. So there, Kylo takes damage, so he's stacking more damage. Let's bring in our tank. And let's see if we can wipe out Ahsoka with our tank, our clone trooper there, clone sergeant, there it is. Let's go ahead and stun Anakin. We don't want Anakin going off and doing anything to us. That guy will wreck your life. NOOCH is actually farming his ship and farming Anakin right now, just for purposes of the ship. If we can get Anakin's ship here early, that can really put a hurting on some enemies. Let's go ahead and target Clone Sergeant. I think that Akbar's AoE is going to wipe out Anakin right here, which it does. And we target Clone Sergeant, and TIE Silencer comes in and bangs him. That's what NOOCH is doing with TIE Silencer. It is a really great early ship. It's going to last probably up until... As we start to see, let's take a look at the ranks in here. As we start to see these capital ships get up to 6 and 7 stars, and we start to see them accumulate more of a, see like here, Tarkin with 2 rebel ships with the Ghost and Biggs. That's Biggs, right? Yeah, for sure. Ghost and Biggs, and with 5. So you're using Tarkin. They're using Tarkin specifically for its AoE at the end of the battle, and mainly for that. But these ships don't go with Tarkin, right? So when you start to see ships that go with the leader, when you start to see Thrawn with a bunch of Empire ships, that's when you know that people have really got their farming in gear, and that's where that TIE Silencer is going to be much less effective in battle. When people start to have a lot of synergy in their fleets, they have an Empire lead with an Empire ship, they got a Rebel fleet with a Rebel ship, etc. That's when your TIE Silencer starts to fade away and become less useful until you get to Grand Arena. So we're probably not going to get there. I'd imagine we've got a few more months of TIE Silencer being an effective ship in fleets, because it just takes so long to farm these ships. I'll show you right here. This is going to be our main source of ships, of farming ships in Galactic War in the shop. You can see here, Biggs, Darklighters, X-Wing. That's the first ship NOOCH is going to farm, but we got to get Zeb to 7 stars, and we got to get Phasma leveled up just because that's what we're going after. But when we get Biggs X-Wing, and we got Biggs at 7 stars, this is going to be a great tank for us. And now that NOOCH is talking about it out loud, he almost wants to go get it, because we're getting 1,200 of these every day. So I could activate this by tomorrow at 1 star, though. But if I do this once a day, NOOCH could have it to 2 stars pretty quickly. Yeah, NOOCH just talked himself into it. So if we can have Biggs out there as a tank, we're going to start doing this once a day with Biggs. Farming him once a day, we can get him up to 2, 3, 4 stars within a few weeks. And then we can start really doing some damage on fleets. If we get Biggs in there as a tank with Akbar as the capital ship, that could really make a difference in those fleets. So we'll see what it does. Slow down our Zeb farm a little bit, but we got plenty of other farming to do on the side, so it's going to be a little while before we can get Thrawn anyway. Guys, that's it. Just wanted to show you the 7-star KRU here on day 40. Show what we're doing in fleets on day 40. Maybe that gives you some ideas. The fleet farming is just really slow. You can see even in the ships, we are farming these, but man, they come slow. We've been doing this over and over. We've only got 12 shards in I don't know, a week. And we're farming Anakin. It's just hard to get these so we can activate it. But the thing is, I can activate Anakin, but I don't have Anakin, so I can't use the ship yet. That's why I'm trying to get Anakin activated here. I'm farming him every day. You can see how many nodes there are left. His ship is a monster. If I can get that, I don't care if it's in there with Akbar early. If I could have a starting lineup of Anakin with the TIE Silencer and Biggs, then we got something special in ships. So if we can get those up to 4 or 5 stars while other people are still have their things at 4 or 5, maybe 6 stars, we might be able to compete in arena and start going out to those top 50 spots. That's all we got, guys. Hope you enjoy your day 40. Get that KRU up. Go get that Supreme Leader Kylo. It's going to be about a year, I'm guessing, maybe more. Oh, one other note, we're in a beginner guild. We're not doing this in an advanced guild, so you guys can see how it actually works if you just join a regular guild. NOOCH could join a big guild, kind of hang on there and do the higher territory battles, the dark side, Geonosis territory battles. But we're not doing that. We're going to do this the regular way so you guys can watch it and play along. And while you're doing that, always remember, NOOCH too good. Of course you enjoyed laying witness to this video. Subscribe here on Lord Vader. Watch another video over here. Remember, NOOCH too good.